So I used to tell this story. I got a call one time from a company. I just have to be careful here. I don't name the company, but this was in the U.S. and they had very high-end testing, diagnostic tests they would do for the healthcare business. Very successful, but they were being penalized for non-compliance with HIPAA, with health and information practices. And the CEO called me up and he said, I'd like you to come down to help my executive team figure out a strategy because we can't seem to execute the strategy to resolve these big fines that we're getting because the business is just taking off for a number of reasons. And I said, great, let's do this. And he says, well, would you like me to send my strategy document to you? And I said, yeah, okay, that, help. And I said, by the way, but can you send me the portfolio of projects that are planned that you have now and into the future in your portfolio? And he says, well, let me check. And sure enough, I get a strategic plan and I call it the basic classical, here's the goal, here's our mission, here are the objectives, here are our strengths, weaknesses, etc. And here's the capital outlay by business unit that we're going to do it, but no qualification or quantification of what's the project work that we're trying to execute that will get us to this end state. So it gets mashed into that core business as business units taking pieces of it, new product development, etc. My point has always been strategy is defined by the work you are planning and executing now. What people, what projects, what's the time? You by default, you can deconstruct strategy. How will I get into a goal state by looking at your portfolio? That's my first point. Today, what companies like Cisco and IBM to a degree and so forth, while they still have their vision about what they need to do long term, you will hear now with a lot of technology companies in particular, because of the rate of change of whether it's quantum or impacts of various applications of technology, they have quarterly portfolio reviews. The strategy is assessed now every 90 days. And you could talk to business unit, but they actually would say it's actually assessed every 30 days because if the portfolios are not performing on a 90-day increment, and you aren't hitting the progress metrics in a time of high volatility, your entire project may be killed at the 90-day mark. Now, what this has done has brought the hourglass into a real time frame, right? If you know what I mean by this 90-day review. And I'm talking about large companies. Small companies, entrepreneurs, I say they do this daily. We got to stop doing that. That didn't work. We did this test, set it up. But in large companies, and you're trying to guide the elephant, this 90-day kind of rhythm is now where we're at. And I actually think that's changing with COVID. I think we're now down to, we got to address everything once a week. Where are we? What's happened? What's the new information, et cetera? So when you ask me about the shift in strategy and how it looks, it's about, it isn't a plan. It isn't a one-time event. It is now continual. And if you haven't built strategic management processes and calendaring the events of your key decision makers to make decisions about your portfolios, not only are you not managing strategy, you don't understand strategy in the world that's based on an hourglass.